Okay, so our presentation was group 3, and it included group members myself, Erin, Nowak, Tony, Clarina, Sage, and Sarah. So here's our little introduction. I have a little quick video for us to, it opens up. There we go. Ooh, that's loud. All right, so some crazy hallway behavior. Let me get back to my presentation here. Oops, there it goes. Okay, so our presentation was Halls Elementary School, which is preschool through grade 5. And as you could see in the little video there, obviously that was not too many kids, but our scenario presented problems with lots and lots of kids. It was in an urban area with 500 students. The students were academically challenged. 75% of the students had all received ODRs, so office disciplinary referrals for hallway behavior problems, especially during arrival, dismissal, and lunchtime. So 50% of those students were repeat offenders with 4 or more referrals. And preschool and kindergarten students were the worst offenders with running. They were hiding, sometimes running out of the building. At least once a day, they were doing an all-call for one of those students. The staff responded kind of inconsistently. Some teachers had rules, some didn't. They were different rules. There are 4 hallways in the school, and additional staff available for supervision are 2 teacher aides. There's 6 resource teachers, 5 specials teachers, and each grade level also has a grade level leader that serves on the school-wide committee. And the administration informed the consultants that there's no additional funds available to hire extra staff. Real quick, I'll just kind of go over the background, the research background. There's been lots of studies indicating that hallway behaviors, especially or those unstructured times, can be problematic. And a lot of the research that we found actually was on school-wide PBS. So what we picked was intervention, which was a component of that. There's more research there saying that 50% of all problem behaviors occur outside of the classroom. So that was kind of why we wanted to target the hallway. So that's kind of just a real brief overview of the research. So now what do we do with that? So at your tables, you have a Post-it note. So what I would like you to do is write 1 to 2 words on how you would describe our current hallway behavior. What do you think? Come and put it up on our current parking lot, which looks like that. And then after that, we're going to want you to take another Post-it and write a different 1 to 2 words describing what you'd like to see in the hallways during those transitional times and place it on the future parking lot. So that's what those look like. So you can go on up and put those on the parking lot. I'll give you some time. And that's kind of some pictures of what our current situation looks like, kind of overcrowding, lots of running and crazy. And we would like to see kind of some more structure and safe hallway behavior. So that brings us to how exactly do we teach hallway behavior?
So in initially considering school-wide positive behavior support, what a specific intervention could be, situation, which was teaching behavioral expectations. It's elegant. So for our materials, hallway behavior matrix, which is on the next slide. And just as an idea for kindergarten, we're trying to convey to our students, here's what it looks like, here's what it sounds like. So for instance, single file line, you're staying right behind the friend in front of you. You're not stomping your feet, and it feels like you have plenty of space. You're not too close to anybody. Line. Next slide here. Behavior to your students. It's a quick 4-step process. Tell your students what your expectations are, specifically in the hallway. You model the behavior for them so your students see exactly what you're expecting. Then you practice it until it's almost second nature. You give feedback, and you give feedback frequently and immediately. This is where the students really get to understand the rules. Now you'll get a stack of these. Whenever you complete one of the steps, and you hold on to them until our follow-up training in 8 weeks. So now how this intervention actually alters the behavior. We're looking at the number of office disciplinary referrals, ODRs, and the idea is to lower that number. So we're creating the hallway behavior matrix. It's explained to everybody, and that means teachers and staff. Everybody is on the same page, so we should have implementation. It should be very clear and again consistent. Implementing these expectations in a uniform basis, it'll reduce the pandemonium. Again, we're teaching expectations. It's a specific intervention. We're using this hallway behavior matrix with our clear and concise rules, our problem behaviors considerably. Now, final tips. Students should know exactly what you expect of them. If there's any ambiguity, specific. Along with that, be consistent. Expectations are the same no matter whose classroom they're in, no matter if they're in the hallways, the gymnasium, the cafeteria. Expectations are the same. Review and reteach your expectations. Time goes by, people forget rules, and ultimately build accountability. Once your students know the rules, to those expectations. On the next slide, we have our references if you're interested in more research.
Okay.
That's what we have.
Yep. So if you have any questions, feel free to see one of us. Otherwise, good luck.